on that response is maybe causing them some draft issues, just being annoying.
Yeah. And simultaneously, if Nouns can get the win here and even up the score in this best of 5, it means that they'll be able to put on the board that the Visage Earthshaker is something that Soniqs need to do a better job addressing, as they will have lost to it twice. But we'll see whether or not, especially the laning phase, really want to keep a close eye on that matchup, because it is kind of similar. I've noticed the Soniqs attempt and an answer to that lane. Last time they went the Alchemist, right, with Shadow Demon, so heavy physical damage to try and kill the Visage early on. This time they go PA. So similar story. We'll see if it's a similar outcome as last time.
Well, very true. Definitely looking for a different outcome here.
Yeah. Their aggressive
Do not
position
want to go down 2-0.
is spotted by a high ground ward placed by Nouns. So Nouns,
Maybe they can make something happen with Fissure here.
yeah, it could be a really interesting Fissure block opportunity. Not on Fada, though. He's going to be able to get the D ward, but they are going to get caught. Sandwiched in from the other side, the Fissure's going to be laying out. Mojo, who's already leveled the Fire Spirits, has no escape. So they lose their ward, but they do get the first blood.
Definitely worth. It's a huge first blood here. Like,
And who got it? Moo
Visage.
did. Oh, yeah, that is a big bounty.
Yeah, it means he gets to buy a lot of extra region. I mean, we see triple mango on Courier. That's huge, right? It's just so many extra soul assumptions for free. He went this Blade of Attack build again, so he still has the stats and the right click, and now he has the region on top of it. A very scary lane now for Soniqs here. You're gonna have to play the early way as well.
3 bounty runes, so they did get not just the ward but the bounty runes as well. So that does make things a little bit more even, maybe.
Yeah, it definitely helps, especially this off lane. Like I can see this Mars Phoenix doing pretty well up here. This is not a strong lane by any means. Phantom Lance or Shadow Demon. This is a you just want to get whatever you can out of this lane, like get as many pulls off. I mean, it's a headdress on Husky. Just try and keep the Lancer in the lane, give him as much CS as possible, but lane advantage is definitely a Soniqs on this side. This is a lane that they want to explode.
There is a difference between Alk and PA. PA, I feel like, is a little bit squishier, a little bit more susceptible to that big soul assumption damage we saw the very first nuke came out. It looked pretty threatening, so UR is going to need some plenty of tangos from Fada, I feel like, and they've already got some extra regen walking in on the Courier.
Yeah, I mean, he goes this Wraith Band Rush. I still feel like Stick is pretty valuable in this lane. Like just getting up the charges early, every soul assumption a little worse, every fissure a little worse. I'm surprised he doesn't go for it, but some misspells.
Yeah, so Moo accidentally soul assumptioned the range creep. So not only did he not get the damage onto UR, but it also got denied as a result. So that's why we had that little tip and the honk that went down, clowning on each other, clowning on themselves.
Is there a better description of North American Dota at this point?
Yeah, we're all clowns here, you know?
Yeah, but somebody's going to be the best. And the best clown goes to Singapore, so... yeah, joke's on somebody.
Yeah. How's this top lane going? We've been watching it. Feel like level 3, right? Level 3, where you've got the level 2 Fire Spirits, and Mars has... the level 2 of the spear. That's when you could really start putting the pressure on whether it's just getting a kill on Husky as he keeps on stepping forward, or trying to kill Costabile.
I mean, if they get the PL kill, they're going to be super happy because he's trying to get the Ring of Health. He's 200 off it. If he gets to that,
yeah,
he's going to be pretty Gucci on the lane. So this next few minutes pretty crucial to try and hit that window or deny him. They're getting close to being able to deny him here because of how much this lane is shoving.
Yeah, if it bounces back before he gets the Ring of Health, then just his position in the lane becomes really awkward. He'd love to be able to get it right now while he's so close to the secret shop.
Yes, he really wants to finish up this wave. He'll probably get it here. I don't think they're going to be able to force him off this completely. Mojo went to stop the pull, so he had to use spirits. So Costa should be looking good here. That said, the real lane again is this mid. Quinn just destroying the CS board. It's like 400 ahead, 500 ahead in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, We were watching this matchup. We watched this matchup a few times just this patch, Bat Rider versus Storm Spirit. Seen it a few times last patch as well. There is ways for the Storm Spirit to win this purely off of just CS, right?
Yeah, you just spam the remnants, get the stick charges, keep spamming. I think Storm should be doing better than this. But it is Quinn. He's a monster laner. And I think he's very confident versus Gunner too. Like, I think if we look back over the years in this matchup in particular, I feel like Quinn wins the lane 90% of the time, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's whatever. Like, Gunner, it's not his strength. He plays to his other strengths. It's totally fine. But it is going to normally be
bottom
a small
lane,
advantage.
close call. You are the range drop. It allows him to
attack.
live a little bit longer, but he can't get the kill first. Sure, they trade out kills, but Moo being able to get the experience for the kill is got to be a huge win.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great for Yawar. He's going to buy extra range drop. He's going to buy range drop for this lane just to try and survive the burst. That'll push Moo up to the full Falcon Blade wand. Now, it's pretty strong 0-1-2 build as well. He is very tanky for early on. Fairy Fire on top of it all. It's going to be hard to trade versus him here. And I don't know if Fado wanted to leap in here, but he is leapt in.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. He can still go for the dispose and pull the Earthshaker out of position here. They're going to go for this kill. Moo's going to get a lot of soul assumption damage in the meantime. Nice body blocking, trying to give the opening for Z-Freak. They actually missed the rebound in. Z-Freak dodged downwards, and Fada has to complete the kill by himself, but he's going to get hit by another round of spells, and he can't finish him off. Z-Freak survives.
Z-Freak, God, just the body blocks to save him from Moo, then the extra stick charges getting the bait on Fada. Big kills for Shaker. Pushes him up the levels especially. I mean, it's going to cost him net worth and regen, but he's very happy for this lane to be a brawl and for him to getting all the XP. 003. Not a bad start.
And in general, Moo just not to be touched at all is probably a great thing. There is still the other lanes to be worrying about, though. Quinn getting farther and farther ahead, and that net worth has actually sent the Storm Spirits back thanks to the rotation of the supports. And they can do that because Mars has been pretty happy with his lane as well. He's actually keeping pace with Moo when it comes to the off-lane domination.
Yeah, this mid lane is just not going to be a rune contest. Gunner does not have his ult. Quinn's going to get it for free, regen. Use it to farm up. He is having absolutely free game here on this Bat Rider. And that is not great news for Nouns. Very good news for Soniqs. He's going to try and solo kill the Storm. Gets the bounce.
A little bit of pullback, but the lasso's still going to be there. The TPs are not going to be in time, I don't think. Husky's going to try, but the damage is too much. And Quinn even tipping Husky as the Storm Spirit goes down, saying, sorry, son, you're here too late. I've already got the kill. And now oh my God, what is happening? Ooh. The cores just tune up. All of a sudden, Soniqs are like, okay, it's time to go. They take the lead off of Quinn, and to a man, each one of them get a core versus core kill.
And now Mojo killing Z-Freak 1v2. I mean, Dave just got massively outplayed in the last minute and a half here. All three lanes absolutely collapsing for Nouns. This wasn't even the arena. Yeah, it's just out of control. It's literally already out of control. I don't know if these cores can even enter the lanes. Like, Moo cannot enter bottom anymore. Huge wave pushing into him, too. Bringing both supports. This is a great collapse for Soniqs.
Now, there is going to be the Fire Spirits on top of all of that damage. So the Fissure, a 3-man Fissure is good, but it's not going to stop Moo from dying.
So much XP is missing.
Yeah, they really wanted to get to that level 6, too. It's such a key level for both their mid and bottom lane. The fact that they died before they can achieve that point. Oof.
We're talking about Soniqs having momentum, man. They are really putting the pressure on now. Like, all three lanes dominating for them. Full rune control. Extra tower pressure. This Visage has no way to get to level 6 right now. Coast is on a Phantom Lancer, which... I mean, this is not a carry. He can come and help his team crawl back in this game. He just has to farm for a long time.
And I would make that same argument for the supports of Nouns, too. Like, once they lose these lanes, I don't feel like their supports are the best at being able to rotate and relieve some of that pressure that's happening.
Well, definitely not. They're pretty reliant on the cores to do the damage, primarily Storm and Visage. Their spells offer nice utility and stun, but not a huge amount of just, like, core killing. Man, Gunner just getting bullied in this lane. Again, the rune control. DD's sitting there for Quinn. The threat's just so high. They're going to try and, I don't know, maybe make some play bottom with both cores here. No, Gunner just jungling.
Farming away, trying to complete his treads. Not much is happening in the lane, so Mojo making it a bit of an excursion into the jungle, seeing what's up with Costa, disrupting his farm.
They need level 6 on this Visage.
Yeah, geez. I was like, oh, he's got to be having it now. He's still half a level away. It's pretty crazy how far behind he is.
Yeah, this Falcon Blade Rush did not pay off in terms of the early skirmishing. Try and make it go on Fada, but he's a Marcy. Good luck.
Yeah. Trying to lock down that hero. That's a pain.
They're going to have to
Same
look
time-
for turnaround kills. That's like it.
Yeah. If the game does kind of calm down and slow down, that's not the worst thing for Nouns, right? I mean, it does seem to be kind of happening that way. Costa Bela is just farming through jungle right now. Gunner's doing something similar. He's in a position where he can pounce on bottom lane, but he's still farming neutrals the entire time.
I mean, I agree. I mean, based on how it was going, yeah, if it slows down, it's very good for them. But they have to maintain the core farm. And the problem is you're giving up some objectives. Like, you're giving up full runes to the bat. This is his third rune in a row. Maybe Illusion isn't the most punishing here, but one of them will be a haste. You're giving up some towers. Lazlao's just taking top solo. And it means Soniqs can defend bottom. Like, they have so many levels and capability to do so. They 100% should in this game. And here it comes. Quinn smoked bottom. Like, you're not going to get this tower.
Close to Phoenix having level 6 too. If one creep dies, he's got Supernova. And now, like at that point in time, your tower defense becomes so much stronger. Fada oversteps himself, and they're immediately going to pounce on this moment of weakness. They're going to get the kill. They do get the lasso out, and Leslow's going to join them here. The spear goes out. It only hits the Visage. The Stormseer was able to jump away. A TP out from Z-Freak is well played, so they limit their losses pretty nicely. You know, one-for-one trade-off, sure, it's support for a core, but it could have been a lot worse.
No, I mean, that's like a almost best-case scenario based on what's going to happen at that tower every time in the arena egg. You get the Mars TP, you get both ults used. Frees up some space on the map, and a map that's already hard for you to play. Unfortunately, you are into this early bots, so he just bots his top and kicks your PL out anyway.
Maybe they can punish him, though. He does have the illusion rune. He's going to have to
This is
put
a
it to
long
good
jump.
use because Gunner is going to make a jump over and start slowing him down. Pulls him back in. Costa here. Echo
All right.
Slam. They throw everything they have. A great punish for Nouns.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you let back kick your PL out of here after the team fight bottom where they use lasso in arena, that just feels insanely bad. So this is a mandatory move, and they'll at least get the punish off. Free up space for Costa, move back towards mid where Husky's been sitting here for a while. You're talking about the levels on the Noun supports. I mean, they have them. Level 7 Shaker, level 7 Shadow Demon after this wave. The damage is coming out now. So you have the spells to play with and try and get back in this
Dive
game.
on bottom.
Hey.
The pin does land with the Supernova out. That was a long-range spear, but it did land. Supernova's going to explode and get both of these kills for Soniqs.
Beautiful move. A very aggressive egg from Mojo pays off. That's on the double kill and the tier 1. Now they're looking towards mid.
Ooh, they maybe not the best to dive a stunning hero underneath his tower, so they're gonna let Z-Freak go for now.
This map is heating up literally and figuratively for Soniqs.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of fire being thrown around by Soniqs, and it's getting a lot of kills. Nouns finding that their map is shrinking quite a bit with the 2 side lane towers dead already by 13 minutes.
Another smoke by Soniqs. They do not want to let up here. Trying to push the net worth advantage. That's very significant 5k. Tumbler toy for Loud to try and get this arena.
They can get the initiation pretty easily. They're going to get the spear off of that. Nice Visage bird stuns, but it won't save Move from the incoming death. Fisher goes out, but obviously nobody from Nouns feels good about jumping into that big ball.
If he only had Blink Echo Slam there.
Yeah.
He needs another 2,000 gold, but the dream, one day the dream might become real.
When you're behind like this, do you think it is better to go for like the bigger playmaking potential of a Blink Dagger, or do you think that the earlier purchase of a shard that has like a faster impact is better?
I mean, it's a gut read, but it also depends what you think is going to help your PL, because PL is the real engine in the comeback here. Like, you want to get to the defusal, maybe plus whatever he turns his bring into, and try and get a comeback fight going. Nice pick off on Fada. We've seen that one before. But if the shard helps your PL engage and get those kills, then I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah.
Well, there's the haste.
Tumbler toy on Tumbler toy action there, but I'm sure Quinn's gonna be a little bit sad that he had all that rune control. He got so many power runes, but never got the haste rune that the Bat Rider truly wants. And when it finally does spawn, Leslau is there to take it.
Still, I don't think he's too sad in this game. Strongest hero on the map by far. Gets his bottle refilled here on his way to BKB. More lines drawn from Leslau. Again, another early smoke. Very heavy investment here from Soniqs to try and break this mid tower. Will it be Mua again?
Yeah, it could be. I feel like that is sort of like the beginning of the end for Nouns, right? Bleeding out these side lane towers, but they can still come back from that. But I feel like if they lose their mid tower, it's going to be a bit too much. And Soniqs, with these kind of moves, they're going for 2 kills at once. Going for Moo at the same time, getting the arena onto Husky. And it looks like they should be able to collect both heads here. And maybe even Z-Freak, if he's not careful, wanders into territory of Soniqs. Fortunately, was able to get away off of the Fisher. Let's see if Soniqs, if they can take the mid tower off of those kills. If so, Nouns, they're going to find there's just no room to work with soon.
This game is spiraling very fast. There's just no answer to the 4-man team fight here, while UR hasn't even had to join anything. Just farming Ancients with Battle Fury. A lot of problems for Nouns to solve in the next few minutes, where they do defend mid again, and they do find another support pick off.
Yeah.
So they're getting some small victories, but it's not changing the trajectory of the game. I feel like only Z-Freak is making some item progress here.
Well, they do have Kaya that's going to be coming in for Gunner. So there's a decent upgrade. Maybe it turns into enough damage that he can start thinking about getting some core kills instead of just these supports.
Yeah, they have the Diffu for Phantom Lancer as well. So this is like your small item upgrade timing. I don't think you can do much with it. Probably just have to keep farming. Again, the best fights you're going to get are the reactive ones. The problem is the BKB is just going to be so fast here for this Bat Rider. It's just going to turn him into a god. Like, you're just going to run in and break your entire formation. The Mars BKB is also closing in. I mean, you only have one purge here.
Husky is going to have to play very well to deal with these 2 BKBs. He's going to need a disruption to bail out whoever gets pinned by the spear. And he's also going to need to be able to hit that purge on the Bat Rider nice and early before he gets too much of a drag on somebody. Moo dropping the Visage Familiars. Really great response to that bit of aggression from Leslau. He's not able to get off a spear. They do back out. Stun almost landing onto the Phantom Lancer, which could have led into the Supernova stun, but he was able to get the Doppelganger out in time. So Supernova on cooldown. Same goes with the Arena. An opportunity presents itself for Nouns for them to be the aggressors.
Look for the Storm jump. They just want to see anything, and they'll jump it. BKB flying out for Quinn, though.
God, if they could jump Quinn, it would be so big. They're about to grab him. The BKB goes off first before he can get the grab, but the purge is going to go down. He's going to TP away. They don't have an answer to that, sadly. No. Oh, an opportunity that just slips through their fingers. I mean, not for lack of trying. They really did put into it, but Quinn very smartly played defensively enough and collected his BKB before the moment of danger.
I guess they still get it on cooldown here, and still no Arena egg, so tower push on the menu. Nouns really want the team fight here. Soniqs will give it to them. But they're really happy to just collect the tower as well. Get some gold going their way. Quinn, this is an aggressive rune take.
He doesn't have his BKB. This is kind of crazy. How badly do you want those power runes, Quinn?
Whew. Okay, that was a little greedy, my friend.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen Quinn get baited on these runes before. I don't know, maybe that's worth maybe Arcane Rune for 30 seconds dead is worth, but not when you're in a controlling position. Now you just give even more time for them to farm up the map, more gold for PL. That was a bad death to give up.
No, certainly. And Nouns, I mean, great job. You were kind of describing, I think it's hard to see what the right thing is to do when you're, playing with Fog of War and such, and you're not able to have this bird's eye view that we do. But they did make the same kind of read you were saying. It's like their opportunities are going to present themselves on the reactions to Soniqs play. And they got a beautiful reaction in the mid lane. Big resources were used, and they immediately went and got on the aggressive, got some big objectives out of it, forced some more mistakes. Soniqs, though, they have the opportunity to strike back now with the BKB backup for Quinn and the Arcane Rune. They needed to be able to respect that. Moo, he'll be the victim of that one. He's picked off. Everybody else did get away, though.
Sacrificial lamb. I mean, that's the type of fight you cannot take here, the aggressive objective push. You do have the BKBs up for Soniqs now. Yawar is closing in on his. Quietly still very far ahead on this Phantom Assassin. She can get shut down in the fight with Purge and getting mana burned in this type of gunk, but it's still going to be a very strong triple BKB timing for Soniqs. They ideally want to get a big fight with the Egg Arena into the Roshan. That's the dream. Nouns need to respect that and try and counterplay it. Once again, something like you were talking about around mid, if you get the counterplay, you extend the fight, get a good purge, maybe you can win that engagement and even out some of this net worth. Because here it comes, man. They're not giving you a lot of time here. Soniqs just looking for the fight. Invis rune on Quinn as well. Everything up and ready.
They're going for the long wraparound here, so they're not just going straight up into that high ground, which Nouns was very well positioned for. They're going to wrap around, get onto the high ground on the side here first. That puts them on even territory, or maybe even an advantage over Nouns, who are now on the low ground as they go for a smoke themselves.
Oh, if Siegfried gets caught first, it's like GG in the fight.
Oh, there it is.
Husky as well.
He spotted first. They
got the purge off
for that support, but the jump in for the Storm Spirit. They have the Supernova going on now. They need to be able to disengage off of that. The arena's got them all caught. They're inside of the Supernova. The explosion goes down with the two supports now dead. Gunner, Costabile, and Moo are going to have to fight it out without them. They're trying to go on to Quinn. Costabile's doing a good amount of damage with that diffusal blade. He should be able to clean up the Bat Rider, but is he going to die in this position? He is in so deep, surrounded by too many heroes, trying to get the second kill on Nefada, but he does die before he can accomplish that. His other two cores do get away, but a rousing success for Soniqs.
And Nouns salvaged that initiation. That was insanely bad for them. They just run into both supports, but somehow Husky gets Purge on the bat and disrupts himself, buys some time. The Fissure plus the Shard Aftershock was pretty nice. If the Echo doesn't land through the BKB, maybe that fight changes if it does, but it's too hard for Siegfried to get. And after that, those BKB and Egg go off. I mean, that's a one fight for Soniqs. They do get the turnaround kill on this bat, which... I mean, it counts for a little bit. Like, you're not happy about your PL going down, but it means that Soniqs weren't able to commit for this Roshan or any other big objective. So at least you're cutting the bleeding a little bit here.
Yeah.
Better than nothing. Because I think Costa's kind of committed here no matter what. Tries to bait the illusion. That was pretty nice, but he's just not strong enough yet to fight the whole squad.
Yeah, maybe next fight. He will have Manta for that next fight if it happens in just a minute or two. Blink Dagger for Leslau. He did have the Aghanim Scepter also queued up. I feel like so many people have taken inspiration from Amar, but nobody's really committed to that build like Amar has, you know?
He's going to be happy to scale in this game. Like, he'll do a lot of work in the late game just being super annoying. There's not a lot of just big chunk damage to bring him down through that bulwark. And here's the Roshan.
It's a pretty good way to deal with Phantomizer, too, as Amar's.
Yeah, some extra damage, for sure.
Because normally you have a problem with PL who burns out your mana with your illusions, and Mars of old, without mana, he's not much of a hero. But if you have the Aghanim Scepter, you are able to be a lot more of a consistent threat in fights, not just to the PL, but to everyone else as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these fights just come down to how much the Soniqs get during the BKBs, which is where arena locking people down is super huge. Because Nouns have no BKBs, so if you land these spells, it's just game over. The flip side, Nouns really want to get the initiation on a core, chain him up with the Fissure, turn it into a numbers fight. They do have Witchblade on Storm now, so there's some significant single target burst. This is the one way they can win a fight right now. They find the bat, they find the Mars. Just take him down super fast, smoking up, trying to do it, but Siegfried got that.
Didn't expect that. A PA that jumps onto the creep wave, immediately breaking his smoke and gets him caught in a bad position. Jump in the back line. Leslau misses that one. Arena now down.
Well, it's not the worst series of events, but it's another smoke down and you're losing more time. Double damage spawns in the river. Yawar's gonna bottle that one up.
See if he gets Gunner. He got the blink spear. Nobody is close enough to follow that one, though. It will at least force a panic reaction out of Gunner, who has to TP back to the base. Costa is going for the early shard pickup, which I think is interesting. A lot more poke power to try and like burn people out with the spear.
Yeah, he does not want to commit into this big AoE magic damage this early in the game. I can understand why. That said, he did get Nether Shawl, which is one of the highest value items on this hero, and especially this game. Well, you got that going for him. Pushed top by Soniqs. Pretty bold here.
You can see that Witchblade really going to work. His jump onto Mars, a lot more damage than you would normally expect being done there. But it is helped out by the fact that sidekick Gon's Rebuke is a good way to bump up your HP a good amount.
Yawar's hunting. Double damage at the ready. He is going to shred people if allowed, including this tier 2, which should give him outpost control. No trade on the map this time. Just way too scary to push these objectives versus the Bat Rider Mars jump.
Yeah.
Well, very firmly controlled game from Soniqs. It's just going to be a question of if they can close it out without getting caught in some weird base fight or big Echo Slam where Phantom Lancer gets to poke him through the BKB duration.
Look at
Who
Fauna.
shows mid?
Ever fearless, always willing to just run into the front line to get whatever information he can, and he got a lot. He gets Husky and Moo killed by just kind of charging in, giving Leslau the opportunity to initiate. They'll kill the familiars as well, so that's an extra 200 gold.
Easy cleanup there. Just abusing Aegis to the maximum. DD rune popped, but happy to clean it up for some nice little Deso charges. Right on the board. This game's going to come down to like one fight. It's just going to be this maybe base defense fight wherever Costa decides to join. I feel like if he dies once on this PL, that window closes, and this is a good kill.
Very, very good kill. It really limits how Nouns is able to push out the side lanes. Storm Spirit dead for 40 seconds. You're going to see a large part of the map go dark now for Nouns.
Yeah, they really need to get this Shaker Blink somehow. It's one of the big turnaround mechanisms for this game. Still not going to be easy. That is one route. And you are hunting. This is good. Still has Aegis for a minute.
Yeah, he just keeps it going. Breaks the Visage. Still has 4 charges of Gravekeeper's Cloak, but there are too many heroes surrounding him, I do believe.
He's walking it off.
Yeah, but
no, you can't walk off that.
Yeah. Finally cut through those charges of the cloak, and then a big crit. And make short work of him.
Do you think they should make the crit number larger? The crit's larger.
the bigger it is, yeah. So when you get like a 3K crit, it just fills up the whole screen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like BM. You know, it fills the guy's screen with giant "You are dead." I think that would sell. You could make a pack.
Fisher opening.
10 seconds
12
for
seconds.
Aegis.
Oh, they can't burn this Aegis yet. Oh no. He actually bounces back. Doesn't actually get bursted. His Aegis is going to expire now, and he will get the regen, so back up to full health for him. Nouns, they're really trying to grab him and keep him in that area around that tier 2.
I mean, I could see this being a game where you go the Shard for Marcy to pull people out of that single target jump. Fada is going BKB, but I feel like it's a one route to victory is like this Storm jump into the Fizzer chain stun with the Aftershock chain stun. You're getting hit by PL illusions. and then take a fight based on that. So I do think Sonics have to be careful about just like showing heroes deep in a lane. But obviously the 5v5, they're very happy to take. Shiva's on Mojo.
Yeah,
Scouts
Mojo
them
just
all.
dives right in, and it sets up a beautiful arena for Leslau or Supernova just outside of that arena. They're burning through 3 different heroes at once. This VA is just doing far too much damage. They cannot contend with that kind of initiation. And Sonics continue just close the door on this game to Nouns not being given any openings to be able to get back into it.
This team is getting very close to just being completely out of reach. Not already. I mean, Shiva's on this. Phoenix makes him almost invincible here. PL just cannot get to the point where he can engage in the fight. His other 2 cores are too weak. And all these Sonic cores are just way too strong.
Go back into the game where Gunner's just kind of messing with them, trying to slow down this push, and it will keep Sonics from being able to take the tier 3 tower, but it's not like Sonics really need that. They don't need to speed this up. They can wait for the second Roshan. They've got an Aghanim Scepter to be completed for Yawar, which is pretty interesting, so now he's going to have that constant Dispel.
He's going to be happy to pretty much jump anything. Paladin sword on top of it. He starts getting kills, the fight's just going to immediately end. And there's no real counterplay to his BKB duration. I mean, you can purge him, but he still just blinks around. This Shadow Demon is nowhere close to an Ags for break. The one play is maybe this Earthshaker Blink. But again, the Earthshaker Blink is just so hard because Mars and Phoenix have just been going in. Mojo and Lellis, they don't have to care about anything. You just jump whoever, set up the big AoE. How do you commit into that if you're announced? It's impossible. So Sonics understand that this lineup, and they're playing the Phoenix to perfection here. Really abusing the AoE control. They're just going to jam their own smoke down mid. Invis for Gunner are pretty nice. Scout out something.
Yeah, it can break some of these smokes. Maybe give them the right information to dodge the initiation from Sonics. Give their own opening. They try. Force out the BKB from Quinn. Quinn just jumps forward. Immediately gets the lasso onto the Shadow Demon. A big kill. Instantly eliminated. No buyback there. Yawar looking for his next target. Waiting out the stone form of the Visage, who will quickly die.
And these Shiva dives are just crazy value this game.
Yeah, they are.
It just forces everybody to disengage. Like the Shaker has to blink out instead of being able to blink in. It's making these jumps really hard.
The fact that the Shadow Demon got caught there first, that was the worst outcome.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that happened, especially with Gunner getting the information. I'm surprised he didn't get the Purge first onto the Bat Rider, slow him down enough, but...
They're looking for Fada?
Yeah. Now, Quinn is in the area, not with the lasso, but Gunner also doesn't have any mana. He's got one short little zip left in him.
He's got no life.
It's not going to be enough to get away. Yawar pounces on that. Beyond godlike for him. 21,000 net worth lead for Sonics and a Roshan in just a minute's time. Oh,
you are? What's the going?
Yeah. I guess what, he thought he was going to get fissured by the Earthshaker? Thought he was going to be in trouble there?
No, that's a message, BKB. Send the message. I don't even need it this game. You're done for.
Just throw it on the ground.
He's having a good series both games. It's been set up well for him, but he's cleaned it up. 5-0 and 11-1 here. Some nice stats for the board from Mr. Yawar. Looking to increase it.
Well, Leslau actually hasn't died yet. That was the Mars, who now with the Aghanim Scepter, feels like his death is never coming. I don't know if he's going to be seeing Hades anytime soon. I think they're just going to be able to close out this next Roshan. He goes into any fight, pops the Bulwark. They don't have the damage to deal with him.
No, there's no way. I mean, there's just no damage on this downside anymore. Fighting is absolutely suicidal. They need... I don't know what they need. And if I don't know, I don't think they know, so... good luck. They're looking
for a miracle here. A pick off
on the cliff.
Yeah. That's going to be awkward. The smoke's going to break. Quinn, he's going to see his opportunity to be able to grab one of these team fighters. It's the Earthshaker. Now they've got the arena. Immediate follow-up from Lessa every single time. There's 3 heroes. They drop the Echo Slam before he dies, but look at him just marching forward. Fana may end up being the only victim here, but everybody else is going to be able to just keep trucking, chase down the Phantom Lancer. Actually, Quinn getting burnt out here with a BKB on cooldown, and Yawar is having a hard time dealing with these Phantom Lancer illusions. Well, I say that, and all of a sudden they're all gone. Jumps over, finishes off Moo. So a 2-for-3 exchange. Honestly, better than I would have expected for Nouns.
Yeah, how did they just walk out of that? They don't have any BKBs or anything. They even got gem out of that. So, honestly, that's a win. I mean, considering the position of this game, they got extra gold out of it. They got extra XP. What a weird fight. I mean, of course, you're not going to get roached, but I don't think you were ever getting it anyway.
No, yeah. Not when you're 20k down like this. You've been losing fight after fight. Even a fight that doesn't go in your favor, but is close, is probably a win.
Yeah, I mean, if you do end in a scenario where Soniqs BKBs are down, like, the PL and Storm will do some decent follow-up damage. It's just, there's so much net worth on this Sonic side. Aegis for Phantom Assassin now. Shard goes to the Mars, so he is just insanely farmed. And see you later, Z-Freak.
Yeah, and Costa maybe joining him here if they find him. He slips through the trees. Fauna going the wrong direction.
Oh, they're gonna chase.
Might be out or might be not. Arena catches him. Nice,
nice spear.
Dodge. Does not get hit by the spear. Gives him a chance, but there's too many heroes. He'd have to do some extreme illusion baiting here.
Nothing.
And they're not going to fall for it. They kill everything far too quickly. Costa dies. Yuar tips him. And Soniqs can now start going for the throat.
This is a game-ending Aegis. And time to make it happen. 2-0 here means you're very confident in closing out this series.
Quinn. Hey, keep on chasing. He's going to push out the top lane. You can see Yuar is cutting through the jungle. I mean, I guess they really don't have the heroes to hit buildings very well. So maybe it's better just to keep hunting where you can.
Well, you have Bulwark.
That's true.
You just sit there. And there's no displacement this game. Like, there's no, swaps or anything like last time. So I think Yawar can just hit this with Aegis. Get healed up. He's pretty fine here. Not a lot of poke damage either. It's just storm jumps. He'll zip through. But they found Shadow Demon.
Actually getting Yuar decently low. If they could have traded the Shadow Demon for taking away the Aegis on Yuar, maybe that would have been okay. But he got out just 300 HP.
All right. What is the glimmer of hope? I'll give you the glimmer of hope.
Okay,
and what is the very dark darkness at the bottom of this pit right now?
Okay.
The faintest glimmer of hope is Ags on Gunner. And he pulls everybody into an Echo.
Yeah, well, he's going to need it right now. He doesn't get the big grab. Costa's on the run. Pops a Manta. It's other doppelganger in 3 seconds time, but the pin, it's there before he can jump out and away. Yuar gonna keep it going now with that Aghanim Scepter. Kills the Wraith Pack, sticks onto Moo or the building. One or the other here.
All right, my glimmer of hope. They are not playing for it. Fighting outside the base is just a no-go here.
Yeah, especially with Gunners. Just 200 gold. He just needs 200 for the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly big.
Get it!
Oh, he got Satanic. That's
all
a lot
right.
of network.
And that'll complete it.
The glimmer grows.
Becomes a little sparkle.
I mean, if he does pull everybody into the chain stun, he will team wipe them.
Yeah, yeah. And they haven't lost barracks yet.
He has the gold, almost level 20. Level 20 is big for the extra pull duration, too. Like, you make it a 3-second AoE stun.
Oh, yeah.
That's the glimmer. That's the glimmer here. It's a faint glimmer.
It's the firefly in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's about to be. I think the firefly is about to be crushed by the shields of Mars.
About to pull out the bug spray. About to pull out the the zapper.
The zapper, the military grade industrial tank. The glimmer is about to be dispensed with, but it's still there for now. It's still shining somewhere in the darkness.
Faint and soft beacon of hope. They've got 50 seconds left on the Aegis. Is Soniqs gonna rush this? Trying to go for the high ground now. They smoke up now. It looks like they may be going for it. Again, I don't think there's necessarily a huge rush in going high ground, but if they find the opening here like they do, they go for Moo. He gets off the stone form first, but they found the shaker. He does have a buyback though. The Purge is going to be able to keep Yawar somewhat in front. And here comes the Storm Zip. He grabs two, but the Supernova immediately going off. The Fisher is going to be able to combo off of that, but he cannot go in against this Supernova. Fortunately, Costa Belay was able to jump away before the Supernova stun hit. As he got
have another storm
by
jump.
Fada.
This is base defense Storm. Gotta be careful.
And they still have the Echo Slam. They still have the big tool to combo off of that pull.
Soniqs will respect it here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? Like, you got the Shaker by, all you have to do is kill him again, and that combo gets removed.
Yeah.
You can even just wait for next Roshan here. You are in absolutely no rush. All three of your cores are scaling.
Oh, Mars is still missing that Satanic, too, so...
Yeah, a lot of net worth to come in.
Ooh, Gunner's got to be careful, though. I see a Scythe of Ice being queued up for Mojo, so those zips, and he may get punished if he's not careful.
Yeah, Mojo's had a very easy game here. Just free eggs the whole day. Sunny side up. Almost level 20.
Basher next for Fada. Got a refresher now for Quinn, so when he goes in and grabs one of these backline heroes, he can recommit and go for the other one too. You gotta find a way to stop this Bat Rider.
This is such a hard smoke, man. I mean, they don't want to give up this next Roche, which means you have to fight for some map control. You just don't see anything here.
Yeah, there's also this ward in the high ground they have to contend with. The smoke is breaking, the BKB immediately goes in. The support's just running in, getting the information, pulling back any heroes that they can, and that is going to be Moo. Once again, stone form, he just waited out. Arena is ready to go if necessary. Storm Sphere does make the grab too. They manage to grab the Phoenix too. They have the combo off of it, but the Earthshaker gets blown up by Yawar. Yawar gets the back line. He takes away all the follow-up. The Supernova is allowed to go off, and Costa Belay, he's gonna fight it out, but so much AoE damage. There's fire on the ground. There's dead soldiers everywhere. Buybacks galore for Nouns, but that glimmer of hope, it's been pretty much gone. It has been extinguished. There is no way to hold this without their Earthshaker and without their Phantom Lancer.
Just impossible to get in there with the Shaker. Yawar is just on the backline non-stop, doesn't care about anything else. Shaker out of the fight equals a one fight. PL does nothing at this point. I mean, 46k gold lead. If it's not easy with that, it doesn't get much easier. Another pretty well executed game from Soniqs here. Pretty dominant from the get-go. The laning stage explosion into the 4 or 5k net worth lead just propelled them to this point.
And a rather apt voice line coming out from Quinn. I'm sapping your will to live. I can imagine this is a very demoralizing loss for Nouns, as they were the ones who won the upper bracket final 2-0. But now Soniqs, they've won 4 games in a row just today. They finished this one off, and they will be just 1 game away from being at the International guaranteed, rather than just going to Singapore for the last chance qualifier.
Oh, they are very comfortable right now. Very comfortable.
Scythe can be completed now for MSS. So systematic from Soniqs.
The last
they take the buildings, they back out. They wait for the next move from Nouns. They are going to jump forward, trying to get an arcane rune, which they do get, but the jump is already there from Leslie. He pings too. A disruption goes out, but the Earthshaker's already dead, and Costa is low enough that he has to just keep running, try and get back, but no, Quinn's not going to let them get away. He's got the lasso onto Gunner. Gunner does zip away, but he burns out from the flame break, while Costa gets chunted down by Yawar. Moo, once again, the stone form, but for what? Comes back, surrounded by hero after hero, time again. And that is going to be game 2, a 2-0 for Soniqs now.
Absolute destruction in that game. I mean, they were just padding the Phantom Assassin stats by the end there, like 23 kills for Yawar. The world was his oyster that game. They had no chance of even touching him. The other fights were not going their way. Those lanes were a disaster. This is really back to the drawing board here, because I think this batch